Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Happy continuation to summer here on my vlogs. Today I am going on a solo date and I am bringing you all along. It is the weekend, it's Saturday, we're getting out. It may be 100 degrees outside, but I'm on a mission, okay? I am on a mission to find some summer themed books, some summer romances, and I'm bringing you all with me. We're gonna find something today because I have been trying to look. I haven't really found something that's really spoken to me personally. Today's the day. I'm calling it. We're going to Barnes. We're gonna just go out into my city, into my small town, and we're gonna drive around, have a solo date in my car. So come on, I'll talk to y'all about it as we go. Okay everyone, so as you can see, it is hella bright. We are currently in my car, and first things first, we need to go get something to eat. So I'm thinking like Whataburger because it's the weekend. I want to have a little bit of fun and just get out because I work from home, so I spend a lot of time in my home and I love it, but we're not trying to create lockdown, you know what I mean? Like, I love being able to just get out, especially on the weekends, and do something that I wouldn't normally do. I'm thinking of going like to the convention center area, around that area where all the little stores are at. I love it there, so we're gonna have a lot of fun. We're going to Barnes, good food, probably gonna go for a nature walk, lots of fun things.
Hands are trembling right now, right now. Deep blue water sea, afraid of jumping in right now, right now. 한 발을 내밀었어 걱정이 많이 있어 It's a bit of love, yeah. It's a little tough, yeah. 담배를 물고 있어 생각이 너무 깊은 wow. It's looking too deep. It's a little rough, yeah. Overthinking if I belong, but I'm where I need.
Okay everyone, so I picked up my Whataburger. If you're from Texas, you get it. Very exciting stuff. Y también, I also ended up bringing Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. I borrowed this from my own little free library because this is the first summer book that I'm going to be reading and I'm so excited, so excited. Let's go ahead and eat and then get to reading, and then after I'm gonna go ahead and pop into Barnes & Noble. I'm here in the parking lot.
Nobody's stopping us from fly. Don't kill this mood, just singing that. Won't make it harder for your mind. Just dancing underwater right now. I've been swimming and swimming into the deep end. I've been looking and looking around me lately. I've been falling and rolling, really nothing on. Dancing up to the water right now. Moonlight shimmering, falling over me right now, right now, yeah. 한숨을 쉬고 있어 또 마음을 가고 싶어 난. I'm afraid of all.
Okay everyone, so I am back in my car. Summer themed books have been acquired and I am so excited to share them all with you. So first of all, we have The Proposal by Jasmine Guillory, and it sounds so good. It involves baseball. My dad is a huge Astros fan, huge baseball fan, so I am really excited to read this and just get into that kind of world. Next up we have Lights, which is a graphic novel, and I've already read the other two in the series, so I am beyond psyched to read this one. The art and illustrations are beautiful. Highly recommend. And then lastly we have Kiss the Girl by Zoraida Cordova, and when I tell you that this is giving full aquamarine Little Mermaid meets Mamma Mia, like it's giving all of the summer vibes, and I cannot wait because it is a Little Mermaid retelling. Say less, I'm so excited. Okay, so I already started walking around and this tree behind me is giving the ultimate Bridgerton vibes. It is so pretty. That's the thing about once you're out in nature, you just feel so alive. It is so beautiful out here, so nice. So now we just have to walk a little bit and find a cute little spot to read. Okay, so there's this huge oak tree every time I come here. Let me turn around to show you all. Do you see it? It's so huge. Every time I walk over here, it just always feels so magical. Okay, so the plan is that I am going to walk down the trails for a little bit and then we're gonna go sit down and get some summer reading going. There's so many cute little corners that are shaded because of the trees that are so nice. Do y'all hear how pretty the birds sound? I think one of the things that I'm mostly thinking about right now, how much just doing one change, one shift in your day, or planning something out that's a little different can just make a huge difference in your day and make it just feel like you're in a summer novel and just having fun and enjoying life and making the most of life. I was also thinking about how usually in your small town or in your own community, it might seem like there's nothing fun to do or nothing that you can do, but truly you can have fun no matter where you live. In my town, for instance, we don't have forests, but we do have this. And we have beautiful South Texas sunsets, different kinds of greenery. I want to encourage you to find something beautiful about where you live. Even if you feel like there's nothing, there's always something, you know? We can find something good, even if we don't think we can.
Don't you know that I love you only? Just be mine, and I'll be yours forevermore. Don't shed a tear, don't hang your head and cry.
Okay, so if you don't want me to read the first part, you skip ahead, but it says, I have been friends with Chad since we were born. Our moms are best friends and we grew up together and were roommates for the last 10 years, up until the incident that set our current situation into motion. What's the situation? I don't know, but I'm excited to find out. Also, I'm here at the nature center by myself. There's no one here and I'm just enjoying every minute of it. So nice.
Come rain or come shine, you'll be happy with me. So just
No, because imagine the feeling of you being the one that constantly dates someone and then they break up with you and they move on to find the one. Hey everyone, so I am back home. Today was such a fun day. I loved getting to be out and reading and just driving around town and bringing you all along with me. I am loving this book so far. Justin's humor is just top tier. It is everything, and maybe I'm a little bit biased because his humor reminds me so much of my husband's humor. Because what do you mean that he keeps getting broken up with and the girlies go off and find their one true love and he's not the one true love? What do you mean? It's crazy how much he reminds me so much of my husband. I'm gonna have to make him read this book and see if he agrees. My sister's actually staying with me for the week while my husband traveled to go visit family. My husband and my sister are my best friends, y'all. Truly, they are my besties. If I'm with either of them, I'm having the best time in the world. So when my sister gets off of work tonight, we're going to hang out and keep watching Bridgerton because we watched the new episodes that were released. We watched the first episode this morning and we're kicking our feet screaming. It is so good. Completely swooning. We were just having the best time and screaming at the top of our lungs. So we're going to keep watching that. And then we're also going to continue my summer slasher movie series for Summer Wayne. And we're currently watching the Freddy movies and we're on one of the last two that are on Netflix. So we're going to keep watching that tonight, have some snacks.
Had a truckload to drink. Now we're did wait like that. Lost my keys, but don't give a shit. 'Cause tonight I can sleep when you sleep. From the gate up the stairs, put the keys in the lock. Then we fall through your door. Leave the clothes on the floor. Tonight it's me and you on top of it all. I am yours. Do what you want with me, but don't let me go. You make me feel so unreal. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. You make me feel so unreal. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. We can live a dream. We can be so unreal. Living in high speed. Love is so insane like that. Want your lips on me.
I wanted to update you all. I finished reading Just for the Summer. Oh my gosh. This book was beautiful. It was beautiful, 5 stars for me, and if I had to give you the aesthetic of the book, it would look like this. I loved Justin and Emma's characters so much. I really don't want to give you all spoilers because I feel like this is a book that you should experience for yourself, and you should experience like the twists and turns and things that you don't see coming. I feel like it's different when you get to live that out yourself. But something that I really loved about the book was that it touched a lot on mental health and specifically trauma as well. So you're getting parts of a book that are like fluffy, summer, fun, romance, and then it's also very much grounded in reality, like a woman experiencing PTSD and what that looks like. And I think oftentimes as a therapist myself, when people picture PTSD, often they picture a soldier returning from war, and that is what they tend to see. But women can also experience PTSD if they experienced any form of abuse that was traumatic for them and they never got the care that they needed. Their sense of safety was taken from them. So there's many different things that can lead to that. And in this specific story, you got to see Emma, the main character, who experienced severe childhood neglect from her mother. Oof, you are going to go on a roller coaster with Emma and what she's been experiencing and what she had experienced with her mom. I found myself crying, and of course, because as I read this, I know that these experiences are real and I have had had clients like Emma, you know, that I've worked with. I've also had clients that are like Amber, Emma's mom, because really Amber, Emma's mom, the point where she's at, she really needed to be in inpatient care. So that's not where you just go to therapy, it's where you're actually in a facility getting the mental health care services that you need, because at the point where she's at, she has behaviors that are hurting herself and that are hurting others in her family, and that were, you know, early on there were signs in childhood, and she went neglected, and then in turn this neglect was modeled and also given to Emma, her child. And it's really sad because Emma's mom, Amber, was once a child, you know, going through things, and she needed the care that she needed. But one of the things that I also love that this book touched on was empathy, you know, Emma's empathy. And there's a difference between empathy and sympathy. Sympathy is more so when you see someone and you're like, oh, pobrecito, poor thing, like that's so sad, you know, you feel lastima, you feel sad for them, you pity them. And empathy is more of you try to put yourself in the shoes of this person. You try to picture, if I had gone through everything that they've gone through and had gone through it at the capacity that they did. That helps you understand why, how something could happen, how they could possibly do something. And it's very easy to get lost in that as well. But empathy is a very important thing, and it's one of the foundations for being a therapist, because you have to be able to understand where a client is coming from, and it's the closest thing that you can get to fully trying to understand. And so this is one of the sayings that Emma has in the book, right? When you can, choose empathy. And I think it's a really important message that was also being sent in the book about empathy should always be paired with boundaries, healthy limits, right? Because if not, we can have so much empathy for someone else. We're giving so much to another person, even if it means that they're hurting us, even if it means that they're taking our peace, taking our energy, and that we're putting them first, you know, instead of caring for ourselves. And I got very emotional, you know, because I know what that's like. I personally related so much to that aspect, you know, as a daughter, how you can come to empathize so much more for your caregiver and for the person that is meant to protect you and that is meant to be there with you, to the point where you neglect yourself when you're an adult, because that neglect was modeled to you in childhood. You lived it, you saw it. It's a really hard pattern to break, and it's something that takes time in therapy. And I loved that the author wrote about that, and she consulted with other therapists for it, because it does take time. You can't just wrap it up in a pretty bow. And as you see, like Emma took the time that she needed to care for herself, because there was a point where she realized, I'm in this cycle. I am repeating this cycle with my mom, with my friends, with the people in my life. She's still not the same as her mom, but she is starting to see, like, if I don't take care of myself, if I don't go to therapy, if I don't work on these things without meaning to, I'm going to continue to hurt the people in my life, you know, because she was also hurting in turn, because she's hurting her best friend, you know, who's there for her. But again, if we give empathy to her friend, we understand how difficult that must be for her friend, you know, always being the one who's there to help Emma pick up the pieces of the damage that her mom leaves in her wake, and always being the one that's there. And like I said, there are deeper points to this book. So you're going to get the fluffy, but you're also going to get the messy, the complex, the found family, the journey, you know, that is working through your mental health and what relationships look like during that time. If you love reading romances like that don't necessarily just feel like a Hallmark movie, because if you think of a Hallmark movie, like you watch it and you just see all these privileged people who are like getting their happy ending, and there's no complexity to it, there's no depth, right, to these characters. If you want a romance that has depth, that feels grounded in reality while still being sweet and cute and just heartwarming, you're going to love this book. Just make sure that you also check the trigger warnings before reading the book, because PTSD is talked about, childhood neglect is talked about, and Abby Jimenez has mental health themes in her book, so just make sure that you check in on that. Something that was really cute too was that some of the characters from Part of Your World ended up making cameos in this book. And if y'all remember, I read Part of Your World last summer, so I was like trying to remember what I had read because it was last year. But it's so cute that the book that I ended up reading this summer was this one. So it's like a continuation. You're still in that world and just getting to see some of those characters make cameos. It like blew my mind at the end where I was like making connections because I had forgotten some of the characters' names from Part of Your World, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's him. That's Neil from the first book. So you're definitely gonna have moments like that if you read Part of Your World. And I would say even if you didn't, you're still going to enjoy this book. It's just extra exciting because if you read Part of Your World, you're going to see characters, you know, that make cameos, or if you've read her other books as well. But that is a wrap on this video, everyone. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Catch me in my next video because I'm going to be reading the next books in my summer reading list. And I'm really thinking that the next one is going to be Kiss the Girl by Zoraida Cordova. I'm feeling it. I really am. Stay nice and cozy, everyone, and I will go ahead and catch you in my next video. Bye.